And I thought, it's time I'm letting you go. This time I know it for sure. I just thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no, it's no more, no. I got so high on a low. That's when I love you the most. Now I thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no, it's no more, no. I really thought we had it covered. Was gonna patch up all the scars, but we smashed up all the parts.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia, and today we are back up at my mom's house ready to tackle some extreme cleaning. We are going to be deep cleaning, decluttering, and organizing this entire bedroom from top to bottom. As you can see, it has reached the point of disaster, and we are going to be following the Konmari Method to decluttering this space. If you guys are excited to see how I transform this room, then give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, and let's get right into it. The first step in the Konmari method is to remove everything from this space that you are wanting to declutter and organize. So that's what we're gonna do. I know it can seem like a large, daunting task, but I promise you in the end, it will be totally worth it. This spare bedroom at my mom's house has been just a huge problem since basically we moved in. Marshall and I's wedding stuff is in there. There's just a ton of decor and just random stuff that, as you can see, just gets tossed in here. Nothing has a place. My mom and I have come in here and cleaned it up. And basically, it's just organized chaos is how to best put it. We never really got rid of anything or decluttered or none of that, which is why it's so important, in my opinion, to remove everything, get a clean start, and then start organizing. The first space that I organized in my mom's home was her linen closet, and that was about a month or two ago, and I'm proud to say that it's still organized. I think that's why the Konmari method works so well, because it forces you to get rid of things that you don't need and then just organize the rest in a way that's functional. If you haven't checked out that video yet, I will have it linked up here in the cards as well as down below in the description box. And if you guys like when I come to my mom's house and declutter and organize the space, also please let me know down below in the comments, because I would love to come back and continue helping my mom get her house in order. And it's also a change of pace for my apartment cleaning videos. When I shared that linen closet declutter and organize at my mom's house, I had a lot of you in the comments asking where everything went, because like you saw, there was just so much stuff in there. And at the end, there wasn't. Everything was nice and organized. And to be honest, it either got donated or thrown because it just wasn't necessary to hang on to. Similar to this room today, a lot of what was in here in this spare bedroom just wasn't being used and taking up space. That's the kind of stuff that you need to let go of. Whenever Marshall and I moved into our new apartment at the end of last summer, we did a lot of decluttering. And going forward, whenever I declutter a space, I don't keep something because I might use it. I keep it because I will use it. And if I can't be honest with myself, then I'm not going to be getting a lot of decluttering done. So if you find yourself in the same shoes, then just ask yourself, what's important, what gives you joy, and what do you actually need? Everything else can go. Like I mentioned earlier, this room just has a lot of random stuff in it. It's supposed to serve as a spare bedroom for when family comes to stay, but at this point it's basically an extra storage room. I always love going through spaces like this because I come across some really fun throwbacks. Today when I was cleaning this out, I came across some old photos, and then when I was a little girl, my favorite toy ever was my baby doll, and I was the best mom. We lived in the country growing up, and one of my favorite memories was when I used to strap my baby to the back of my dad's four-wheeler with a basket full of goodies and treats, and I would drive around our yard until I found the perfect spot for a picnic. I decided to keep the doll just for sentimental reasons, and also in hopes that one day if I do have a daughter, I can pass this doll down to her. But I would love to know if any of you guys have kept something like this from your childhood. Were you into dolls or maybe Barbies? Or if not, what was your favorite toy growing up and do you still have it? Please let me know down below in the comments. Despite the cold weather that we've been having here in Minnesota, I was getting so warm while cleaning out this room, so I had to take off my sweatshirt. I'm not complaining because I love the sunshine, and I'm just dreaming of the day when it starts to warm up a bit and I don't have to bundle up every time I need to go somewhere. My sister and I are only 18 months apart, so growing up, we were very close in age, and going through high school sports, we were able to play on the same team for a few years, and my sister is very, very creative. So when we were on the basketball team together, I think maybe her junior or senior year, she made this sign, I should say. She made it by hand, so at this point, it's very old. She's been out of high school 10 years now, so the sign is at least 10 to 12 years old, and as much as we both want to keep it, we also know it is time to let it go. This is just a reminder to make sure to stay tuned until the very end because I share some super satisfying before and after shots that you don't want to miss out on. Sometimes I even amaze myself at how a room or space turns out, and this is definitely one of those moments, so make sure to keep watching.
I just want to hold you. I just want to look into your eyes and tell you that I want you. You know you make me feel so alive. Can't stop thinking about you day and night. Love it when you kiss me.
Here is just a quick reminder of how this room looked when we first started, and then here's how the room looks with like most of the stuff taken out. I did leave the bigger items like the TV, the dresser, and the bed, but going into this, I had no intention of tackling the closet, and that's kind of the reason why it's still a mess at this point. I was gonna leave that for another day, but I figured I'm already here, I might as well tackle it too. So later on in today's video, you will see me pull everything out and get this space organized as well.
Never thought I'd meet someone like you. You know you are the reason why I feel like I can fly.
Because we got everything out of this room, I'm just gonna go ahead and give this carpet a really good vacuum. I'm not gonna be worrying too much about any small stains because my mom is going to be replacing the flooring in her house this spring. So in my opinion, there's no point in using effort where it's not necessary. Most of you know my husband Marshall and I live in a one-bedroom apartment right now, so you can imagine that we don't have that much storage space. My mom has been so wonderful to let us store a lot of things at her house, and when we do decide to buy a house, we will be able to take a lot of this with us, which will be super nice. Depending on the space that needs to be organized, that will depend on if we need to purchase anything to help with that. I'm glad to say that this project required absolutely no purchases. Zero, none. We did not go out and purchase anything for the sake of this video. Every person and space is different, but I'm here to tell you that if you have a minimal budget or no budget at all, you can still declutter and organize your home or a space and just make it look great. If you do want to see some great organizational bins and pieces, I did share that in a kitchen declutter and organize video on my channel a few weeks ago. And throughout that video, I did share a ton of affordable Amazon organizational pieces that I have. So I will link that video up here in the cards as well as down below in the description box. There was nothing wrong with the quilt that my mom had on this bed, but I knew she had a few extras, so I went through them, and the pink one that I'm going to be putting on is just a little less busy, so I decided to go ahead and switch it out. I've mentioned this many times in the past, but shop your home. If you have a low budget or you just don't want to spend any money, you don't have to. You won't believe the amount of possibilities that you can do to transform a space with the stuff that you already have around your home. Like if you saw the chair that I brought in, that was from my mom's computer room. The dresser that I brought in, that was not in here beforehand. So things like this, you can just grab from around your home. It also helps to clear up space somewhere else and just kind of give you a little bit of a switch. When I took everything out of that spare bedroom, I did try my best to separate into piles, but as I started pulling things out, there was just way more than I imagined or planned for. So right now I'm just trying to go back and do my best to categorize and decide what we should keep, throw, and donate. And I do need to mention this because, like I said at the beginning of this video, this is my mom's house. It's not my space. And I would never get rid of anything that my mom wants to keep. This is her house, her space, her things. So after I categorized everything, she came through and gave the final say. My special little helper, Winnie, always likes to make an appearance whenever I'm filming a video at my mom's house. She is just always there to help me out. She is the absolute best dog ever, and I just love her so much. I will also never turn down some hugs and kisses from her. You can probably see in the background that my mom loves floral arrangements, but they can be kind of hard to store. For the longest time, I don't know if you saw at the beginning of the video, but she used to have them all sitting on an old TV stand because the top was big enough to hold them all. But in my opinion, it didn't look nice and it just didn't make sense. So today, that is my one goal, besides cleaning everything out, is to utilize the space in that room and get these a designated spot for all the florals. The first pile of stuff I know my mom for sure wants to keep. The second is a pile of Marshall and I's wedding stuff that I need to figure out what to do with. And then the third pile is just stuff on the table that I figured we could donate. There was a lot of stuff that needed to be tossed, so that just went straight into a garbage bag. Now we can move on to the fun part, and that is to bring everything back in and organize it. I love seeing a space start out fresh and just come together. This first wooden chest, when I opened it, it had like a printer, a VHS player, and then an air mattress. I decided to pull out the air mattress and rework some things so that we could fit the other two VHS players in here, so they would all be in the same place. I would love to know, I'm just curious, if anyone else out there still has a VHS player. We have a lot of home videos and movies on VHS, so to us, they are important to have, and the ones that we still have work, so we're not going to get rid of them. But if you still have a VHS player, please let me know down below in the comments. This is the point in the day where I decided I just needed to go ahead and clean out that closet because I wanted to use that space to organize. We just had a lot of games to go through, also a lot of prom dresses and bridesmaids dresses that have been hanging in there for who knows how long, and it's just time to let them go. What you said, what I said, that might have made it worse. We're here again at the same spot where we kissed the first time. While I was going through this closet, I will add that my sister was in the room with me, kind of keeping me company, and she did help me out quite a bit throughout this day. My mom and my husband Marshall were both taking naps this afternoon, and my sister just didn't want to be on camera, but she was a huge help. And right now, as I was going through the closet, she was reading some of my old Justin Bieber magazines and also going through some scrapbooks, and we were just getting a really good kick out of them. I love board games, and since we have so many, I decided to organize them by size. I put all the long ones in a pile, all the square boxes, and then the smaller ones so that when I went to go store them away, they all fit better. Get in trouble again. That star's got nothing on you. That one's brand new, still it's got nothing on you tonight. We've got a fire in the tent. It's 5:30 a.m. Let's be the kids who left. I apologize for this clip, so please bear with me. I didn't check to see if the camera was in focus, but I promise it gets better very soon. Right now, I'm just trying my best to get all the games to fit back in here and get them to fit all on that one left side. Before, they kind of took up the entire shelf, and it was just a huge waste of space. In case you don't already believe me that I love cleaning and organizing, in the middle of putting things back in the closet, I had to stop and organize the hangers by color. I try my best to pay attention to small details like this, and in my opinion, it just makes the closet look a lot nicer. But make sure you guys stay tuned because coming up soon, I'm going to be sharing the before and after shots of this entire room, and you guys are going to be amazed. Like I mentioned earlier, the one goal that I had, or the one thing that I knew I was going to have trouble storing, were these floral arrangements. And I'm glad I decided to clean out this closet and organize the games, because now the entire right half of the shelf is open and I can go ahead and fit all the vases perfectly. There was one really tall, skinny arrangement that didn't fit, but I decided to go ahead and use that as decor for this room, and it worked out perfectly. I'm just giving this space a few last minute touches, like wiping down all the surfaces, the door, and then vacuuming the floors once more. Just in case you forgot where we started from, this is the before shot. This is what the room looked like, a complete disaster, no organization whatsoever. And here is the after. It is completely cleaned out and can actually be used as a spare bedroom for any guests that come instead of just a storage room. I really hope you all loved this transformation as much as I do. It's 100% worth all the time and energy that goes into cleaning a space like this when you get an end result that looks like this. If you guys enjoyed today's video, I would love it if you would all give it a thumbs up and let me know down below in the comments. Also, please, please, please hit that red subscribe button if you want to see more videos and turn on your bell notification. I hope you all have a great rest of your day and week, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!
You made me come undone. Now I know that it's okay. Unlike my friends, you are nothing like them. How could they say I was broken?